right now. As we do every single Wednesday at 12:30, we go out to campus. Jason Kelly, LSU pitching coach, joins us. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing good, guys. How are you guys?
Doing very well. Jay Johnson was at the mic just a few minutes ago with the media, said that you and your staff are not ready to announce a Saturday starter just yet. Had some discussions with Blake Money and how he can improve. Wanted to get your thoughts on that. What have your discussions with Blake been like?
Well, they've been good, and obviously, if you've been paying attention, like you guys have, we've kind of seen a steady decline in his performance, and we're trying to figure out what that is. And I think we've identified a couple of things over the last couple of weeks. Obviously, the injury a month ago to the wrist kind of has set him back. He's fine from that, but it just doesn't seem as if he's kind of got his stride since then. So we're making some adjustments on the physical end with him and have been for the last 2 weeks. And he's still going to pitch. We just got to figure out the right combination and put him in the right position to have success. And that's Coach Johnson and my goal, and that's our job. So we're going to figure out the best way to use him this weekend.
I'll tell you what I did notice. I was on the call for the game on Sunday, and Blake was always the first guy to the dugout, throwing the ball to Trey Morgan, the first baseman, between innings. Just a ton of energy. It seems like his morale's pretty good at this point.
Yeah, this isn't this isn't something that's I guess a negative isn't the right word, but it's not a demotion or anything like that with him. It is just a kind of a common theme at this level, is figuring out how guys can get better and progress. And we've done the same thing with Ty Floyd, and it's about winning games. And we can't continue as a group to give up 2-3 runs in the first 2 innings. Like, it just puts our offense in a bad place. It puts our bullpen in a bad place. So at the end of the day, it's not personal. We make sure that our guys understand that. It's about our team and about winning and about finding the right way to use them. And they have bought into that since the day we got here. So there's no hurt feelings. It's just, how can we get better? How can we progress? And what can I do to help us win? And nobody is a bigger team guy than Blake Money. So he understands that, and he's ready for the next challenge.
And Mikhail Hilliard's been your lead dog the last few weeks, and I noticed in the first inning you went out and chatted with him on Friday night. That's not generally the way the weekend is scripted, to go see your Friday night guy in the first inning, but what was that discussion like, and how did he handle it?
It just kind of it happened quickly in that first inning, so I just wanted to slow him down. I wanted to slow him down, and he's not somebody you really need to do that with, but I wanted to go out there and pump him up. I wanted to make sure that we were on the right page with how we were going to attack this guy, because you don't know, in a ball game what the biggest moment of the game may be. And Coach Johnson and I, we treat every moment as if, it's something that they need some help with. We need to make sure we conquer whatever is in front of us. And it just happened to be that moment on Friday. And obviously with his results, he throws a couple of great pitches, gets us out of that. And it does turn out to maybe be the biggest moment for us defensively in that game. So I think it was the right time.
Oh, with Javen Coleman going down, we saw this lineup kind of need some lefties. And last night we saw Trey Schaefer come to the game. Talk about his his ability this season to kind of try to come in and help during these midweek games.
Yeah, Trey's got a good track record of competing at this level. And as you guys just stated, and as everybody's seen, we are light on that left side, and we need somebody else to be able to step up. Jacob Hasty, like we talked about last week, has done that. And we hope that this outing from Trey, while it didn't go exactly the way he wanted it to when you're a player, from us, we did see some strides. We saw some improvement. So that's exciting for us as we get down the stretch.
Had to use that bullpen pretty heavy on Saturday, and the results were not great. That was kind of the first time in a while that your guys had gotten beat up. What was your discussion with those guys like after the game on Saturday and before the game on Sunday?
Yeah, that's an interesting kind of moment for our group, because like you said, it has been a while since we've really just kind of looked like we couldn't do anything right. And that's what it felt like on Saturday. And obviously Georgia's a good club, a top 5 RPI team. And when they got a little bit of momentum and a little bit of blood in the water, they really got after it, and our guys didn't react very well to that. So for me, it was reestablishing confidence, making sure they understand that we've done a great job, that just because one outing is not up to their kind of expectations, that it doesn't mean the next one won't be. And if you're going to pitch out of the bullpen at any level, especially in the SEC or in professional baseball, you've got to have that short memory, and you've got to be able to clear that and be focused the next day on what your job is. And obviously with Sunday's ball game, the boys did that and came out and pitched great.
No question about that. And what had to happen to start that game was Sam Dutton getting you some outs because you used a lot of bullpen on Saturday. He had his longest performance of his freshman season. What did you see from him on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, you can't not like Sammy Dutton and the way he competes and his kind of simplicity. It's not overwhelming stuff, though it's good stuff. It's just true competitiveness, grit, toughness. He's going to throw strikes. He's going to take his chances. He's going to mix his pitches and be able to get right-handers and left-handers out. And to see him do that, you're just kind of watching him like you are with some of our offensive players with Pearson and Stevenson. Some of these young guys just getting better and better every week.
Chatting with Jason Kelly, LSU pitching coach, as we do every Wednesday here on Hunt and Hill. Last night, I noticed Bryce Collins mixing in a good amount of change-ups, which I really like to see. We know he's got that big overhand breaking ball. The fastball's gotten into the low 90s, but is the change-up something that y'all have worked on recently?
Yeah, it is, and it is a little bit kind of here and there for him. It's not something that every day he feels real comfortable with. The good part about him starting is I'm with him in the bullpen. So I get to kind of see this. I get to kind of talk to him and say, hey, let's throw a couple more change-ups. Let's try and get that thing going. And he threw a couple in the bullpen. And I said, hey, that's something you feel confident with today? And he goes, yeah, it feels as good as it has in a long time. So something that you just, with him coming in and out of the bullpen, sometimes I don't have a good feel for it. And with some of those left-handers especially, to speed them up, when the wind's blowing out, may not be the best pitch unless you have a ton of confidence that it's going to be down in the zone. And when I got a chance to see it in the bullpen, I knew that was going to be the case. So it ended up being a good pitch for him. He's been working his tail off and trying to get better. He kind of came in as a fastball curveball only. He's added the slider, added the changeup, and has become a much more dynamic pitcher.
21 games through SEC schedule. Is there anything to this point throughout the season that's kind of surprised you or the staff that you guys kind of had to really kind of adjust on the fly to and kind of prepare for going on during the season?
When you're dealing with 18 to 22-year-olds, nothing surprises you. There's highs and there's lows to this thing. I'm proud of our guys. I think we've done better than people thought we would do, and our guys have stepped up. And people, at the beginning of the year, it was all about the offense. And believe me, we do have a great offense, as you guys know. But our guys have really held their own and pitched well. And it's been a little bit. I think that the one thing that I would notice is it's just been a little unconventional. At the end of the day, we'd love to have 3 weekend starters that give you 6 to 8 innings and 100 pitches, and you work your bullpen that way. But it isn't in the cards for us this year. So I'm not surprised that we've pitched well, but I'm very proud of the way our guys have stepped up and kind of thrown conventional baseball pitching out the window and said, hey, we're willing to do anything to win.
What's impressed you more with that group? Is it the selflessness and the attitude, or is it the actual going out there and getting guys out when you talk about being unconventional as a staff?
Yeah, not the attitude. They've been great since the day we got here. They've had energy. They've been coachable. They've been willing to do things a little bit differently. Now, some of the numbers part of it is not surprising to me, but I'm happy with them. I think that they've proven that they can compete at this level when a lot of people thought that maybe they couldn't. So no real surprises, but I'm happy that they've gotten the opportunity. I mean, scouts told Paul Gervais when he comes out of junior college, he'd never throw an inning at LSU, and he should take the $75,000 offer from the draft and go. So it's stories like that you hear that you're like, oh man, to see him have success is unbelievable.
Use a little bit of that in recruiting as well, Coach. Personally, for you, what has your first run through an SEC schedule been like, weekend in and out?
Yeah, I mean, it's being West Coast, you always heard about it and SEC bias and it's the toughest league, and you're like, yeah, I get it. And obviously, and we've played those teams. We went to Ole Miss Regional. I've been to the Vanderbilt Regional, so I've been a part of that. But just the weekly grind is what is different than any other conference. I think there's no teams that you can walk into and go, oh yes, we'll get 3 wins this weekend. We'll play good. We'll get back on our feet and get going. I mean, when you look down that schedule, you're just like, holy cow, oh gosh, them next weekend it's them, next weekend it's them. So that's what it is for me, and it's fun because it's a challenge every week, and it's a challenge that our guys love and they need to have, because that's professional baseball. You got to be ready every day. And if they can't do it at this level, then they're really going to struggle at the next one. So I just love how it's going to prepare our guys to get a chance in the big leagues, which ultimately is why I think recruits come to this conference.
Coach, we appreciate some time. Y'all travel safe to Tuscaloosa and go get them. We'll talk next week.
Yeah, awesome, guys. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks so much for watching Hunt Hill on YouTube.
Now do us a favor. Hit the red subscribe button below and throw us a like. We'll see you next time.